Welcome homies, I'm Easter Sketchers from the Windjammers Wednesday crew. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we get together in the Jam to Win Discord. We play quick match, join the online ranked on both PS4 and Switch, and even the 5K. We also discuss tech and the future for online and offline tournaments. If you're ever interested, you can reach out to twitch.tv/maester_sketches, and I'll give you the link to the Discord. Today we're going to be talking about drop shot and the toss mechanic. So let's talk a little bit about the toss mechanic. It's an oldie, but a goodie. The toss mechanic is a defensive maneuver. So essentially, you're going to press your toss button. It's A on the Xbox, X on the PlayStation, or 3 if you're doing inputs. When you press the toss button, you're going to see your character pull up their arm, and on impact when the disc comes through, it will toss the disc up into the air doing a unique animation. From there, you're given a couple options. Another thing you can do with your toss is that you can proc your toss, flick your stick in a direction, and your character would dash. It won't be a full dash, it'll be a mini dash, but while he's dashing, he'll still be holding his toss animation. So essentially, if a disc is coming by and it zooms by just barely, like by your left or your right, you can proc toss and flick it in the direction, and then you will stop the disc, tossing it up into the air. So let's talk about the drop shot mechanic and how it's similar to the toss mechanic, even though there are some differences. So, the drop shot, when you proc it and press the B button, which is on the Xbox, the circle button, which is on the PlayStation 3, or the 4 input, will let you do an animation. Each character has their own unique animation, but essentially they raise their arm, and on impact, instead of tossing the disc into the air, which is what the toss mechanic does, drop shot will drop the disc over the net, forcing the opponent to come from the back of the court up to the net to defend. So what makes it similar to the toss mechanic is that it has the same kind of property defensively as the toss mechanic. You can proc it and also flick it in a direction, and you'll do a little mini dash. So you can force your drop shots and mislead an opponent, because like an opponent can throw a disc just slowly or fast right by you, and if you're reacting just the right way, you could do a drop shot mini dash, preventing the disc from passing through, and then your opponent has to counter. There are many different uses for both drop shot and toss. I'm going to try to show you guys a couple of examples, and then we'll break them down. So let's talk about this drop shot scenario. Alright, I'm going to show you how much of a distance you have with your drop shot dashing. Alright, so you're going to see 3 drop shots. Each drop shot is going to be increasing in distance, showing you how much of a dash you can do and proc your drop shot, and how long your drop shot stays procced with the dash. Another thing to keep in mind though, you're going to see me drop shotting all the way from the back of the court. It's not really the best thing to do if you want to get a score with your drop shot, because when you drop shot from the back of the court, the opponent has all the time in the world to react and come up to the net, grabbing the disc. So if you want to score with your drop shot, try to do it up close or in mid-range. But in this video, specifically, I was using drop shot the condition to get the person to come up to the net, so then I can eventually mix up. So it depends on how you use your drop shot. So here comes the video. First drop shot, right? It's a little small one. Bang. Second drop shot. It extends. Third drop shot. Extends. Fourth. Extends. It was so long, right? The last one, that you can almost see it finishing. The whole animation, it finished right there. And my character was pretty much, the disc just hit the last frame of it. Bam. Causing that to happen. And my character to do the following. In this drop shot scenario, I'm going to show you how when an opponent throws you a slow shot or a shot that's slow off the banks, you could treat it just like the slap shots from before and even the toss mechanic. You can dash in a direction and control your drop shot and force the disc over the net. So, here's the footage. Opponent throws the disc. I dash forward with the drop shot, causing the disc to go right over the net. The opponent throws another slow disc, and then I position myself, do a drop shot down. Person throws another one, do a drop shot up. Person does another slow shot, and I do another down one. Does it again, I do a regular neutral one. Does it again. Oh, that was a lot that time. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. You can control your dashes with your drop shots. And when someone's throwing you slow shots or shots off the walls, that's when the drop shot mechanic starts to shine. So let's talk about this drop shot scenario, where you can drop shot a super custom or a power disc. You're going to see the opponent shoot one of the super customs right at me. And with the drop shot dash, I was able to line up the drop shot, causing it to go over the net, forcing the opponent to have to react. So, in this drop shot scenario, you're going to see me set up a drop shot. After the opponent gets an opportunity to set up a jump, and then he shoots a spike. And when the disc lands on the ground, I'm given an opportunity myself to do the drop shot and pick the disc back up from the ground, shooting it over the net, and forcing the opponent to react. Here's the footage. Goes for the jump spike, and I drop shot it right over. Show you guys one more time. I shoot the disc, sets up the jump, sends the jump right over, right? And it's right here on the ground. And all I do, drop shot, scooping it back up from the ground, setting it over the net, forcing the opponent to react. One thing after applying a lot of time with drop shot that I noticed is that you really can't control where the drop shot is going. So here's a little constructive criticism. I hope that in the future we're able to control that, because it would be nice to set up a mix-up, almost to treat it like slap shot. When you slap with slap shot, you're given 5 directions. So with drop shot, if you could do the same thing, it'd be interesting, because then you get some mix-up potentials. When I drop shot there, it just immediately ended in his hands, which is a little unfortunate. If I could have controlled it, I would have drop shot it elsewhere, forcing him to react. Alright, so in this drop shot scenario, I'm going to show you what I believe to be a bug in the game. The opponent's going to drop. The opponent's not going to drop, but he's going to jump in the air when he sees the tossed disc. And when he does, he's going to go for a jump spike. When he does the jump spike, you'll see the cursor be right behind me, about somewhere around here. But you'll notice that my character, all he'll do is just simply a drop shot. And it's a drop shot that's a dash. And the disc from over here will appear in my hand. I'm going to play the footage. It goes by a little fast, but I'll try to slow it down. Alright, so he jumps. It's in his hand. He's going to toss it. Alright, it's been tossed. Cursor is right behind me. I'm already procking the drop shot. And then what happens right after? It's in my hand. So I'm going to show you the footage. Uninterrupted. Okay? I have a couple footage of that bug happening, so it's pretty consistent. I'm going to show you another one. Here's another example of the drop shot bug. Alright, so the opponent is right over here. I end up lobbing the disc in this scenario. They're going to grab it in the air using the jump mechanic. And when they spike the disc, you'll see the cursor is appearing right behind me. Alright, and here comes the disc. Magically appeared in my hand. Right? You see it happen one more time. She has it in her hand, does the jump spike. Cursor is right behind me. Now the difference between the one I showed you before, which was with the drop shot, the bug, this time I'm using the bug with just the toss mechanic in dashing. So I think it's the game is mixed up potentially with either the mechanic of toss, since toss and drop shot are very similar since it's like a guard, or maybe it's the dashing aspect, the mini dash, or maybe it's a combination of both since you can chain them together. But I'm noticing that you can do it with both the drop shot and a toss. So I'm doing the toss right now. It's been procced. It's a toss with a little micro dash forward into the net. And because of that, the disc appears in my hand. And it cancels my forward dash, but I inputted forward dash when I did my toss. Interesting bug. So, in conclusion, the toss and drop shot mechanics go hand in hand. Both those mechanics are going to be your defensive maneuvers against a series of volleys, super customs, drop shots, slap shots, power disc, you name it, whatever Windjammer 2 has. Those mechanics are going to be an easy way for you to dash into and defensively protect yourself, either by doing a dash toss or a dash drop shot. I'm Mr. Sketches. I want to thank you guys for watching my video. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/Maester_sketches every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern with the Jam to Win community. I'm going to roll you guys a couple of clips of me utilizing the drop shot and the toss mechanic during the Windjammers 2 demo. Thank you, homies, for stopping by.